What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? Happy Wednesday, September 9th to all of you. Thank you for watching Betting with the Bag right here on odds.com, the odds headquarters here on YouTube, coming off a nice day. 3-1 in MLB plus 2.15 units and 2-0 in NBA. We're now 21-4 in our last 25 NBA spreads and totals. Special run that I will forever remember and forever be thankful for the bubble to take out all the intangibles that make NBA capping so difficult. Running hot, feeling good, and sleeping. That's what happens when you win. You sleep like a baby when you've got money coming in. Shout out to all the cappers in the chat. We got Mitch Bruner in the house ready to get to work. Jimmy Cece, Damon Santori, Tyrone Coleman. We got Buzz Nuts in the house, and hope you got that underdog money yesterday. Underdogs yesterday went 13-5. I only had the Tigers first 5 plus 115, but I didn't have any of the big favorites. Although I do agree with you guys, betting that Twins doubleheader game 2 after the game 1 win is. I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to stop getting ahead of myself on these doubleheaders. Bleds W ready to get to work. There's Jimmy Smith. Lakers was very easy. I mean, when you watch that game, if the Rockets play their absolute best, they may have a slight lead. But they've played their absolute best for 4 quarters to win a game. And I'm not saying it'll be a 5-1 series win for the Lakers, but odds-wise, I don't think we'll get a 4.5 again. The Lakers play average and are right there. I mean, they're a 2-man show. LeBron was awesome last night. Dav Fenn, small plays on Marlins and O's, big underdogs. Great work. There's Brandon Lugo, ready to get to work. Captain Marvel, Larry Garr, Leo Leon, ready to eat. Xavier Oliver. Leo Leon talking about the Dodgers yesterday. I mean, yeah, Kenley Jansen, it does not look good as the closer, and they have decisions to make, but to know that you're live when you're down 5-1 in a bet, I mean, that's unheard of for those of you who made moves on the Dodgers yesterday. I'm sorry that you didn't hit the run line, but what a baseball team they are. I mean, Lux, now they have Lux coming up like that. I mean, dangerous. Bleds W says, what is Taint's record? Taint's record, because Taint did double up that one day, is over 500, is plus units. And we'll get Matt Randall to deliver us the Taint's record. But we know, for those of us, the OGs, and I'm sure Bled's just talking about recently, the OG low baggers, they know that Taint is being the most profitable play of the day in the show's history. There's Maxwell Smart in the house. My man, Max, I miss you, man. I hope we can hang out very, very soon. There's Maxie ready to get to work. 21-4, Max. Jesus. God, I don't remember a run like this in NBA. Dean Eden ready to eat. John Connolly, Junior Louie, Michael Irvalina, Mr. Wisdom, Paco Healy. Paco Healy sent me this gorgeous Padres hat. My man Paco. What a ball club you guys have. Razor Sharp Picks. Look at that. 7-0 run now with Art's article plays today, going for 8 in a row from Razor Sharp Picks. Man, is he a great capper or what? Razor Sharp. 7-0 in odds articles? Holy shit. Walla Walla Dose. Guillermo Zertucci from the Zertucci fam that we love so much. By the way, for those of you who weren't with us on Saturday, we have Eli Zertucci who caps with us. And he's such a great young capper and hands out winners all the time. But we also had Guillermo's cousin pop on, Emilio pop on, just giving us one bet there, and on Caliente horse running at Del Mar, and he won by 8 lengths, won by 7 lengths. Just came on and had us like a 3-1, 7-2, 5. I think it was 7-2 winner. Just Emilio Zertucci just hands us. I don't know. We all bet it. So how many thousands of dollars did he just put in low baggers' pockets? The Zertucci family, who we love dearly. There's Richard Holm. Al Griffin saying Lakers. They're a good squad. Gabriel Hernandez says, can we skip? We're going to go straight to the NBA. Well, I do have some thanks to give out also to our man Slats45, because we were talking about the BAM prop, and Slats was like, I forget his quote unquote, but he's like, just stop it. Just stop it and just focus on sides and totals. Mr. Ghoster in the house. D. Summers ready to go. Paco Healy cashing, eating, and sleeping. Ulysses Hayes ready to get to work. Keep an eye on what Ulysses Hayes' action is. He's very, very sharp capper. All right, what a great, great group. We got Birdie ready to go. Carlos Jetton. TJ hit the 2-unit prop bet, up over 10 units on small volume, less than a month, is publicly posting K-props, crushing it. TJ, you're absolutely destroying it. It's been a huge, huge, huge asset to the team here. D. Summers, we're going undefeated today, says D. Summers. I love it. There's our guy, Joe Yurkovich. Ulysses Hayes going 4-1. Chief Billion. Okay, let's get you back in the glory. Maxwell Smart. Tony Mang says, Raps, better wake up. You know what? Cat Money Penny ready for his Jode play today. Wow. Cat Money Penny trying to get in on the play today action. Finally, football season, says Cole Benson. Let's go. And Paco Lee said, Knights look great. Dean Eden, KHL plays. And we're going to have Noli Knows joining us. Look at that. Dutch Boy Fresh, little 3-0 night on the hardwood. Like it's nothing from our Dutch Boy Fresh. I love it. Jordy Nordman in the house. There's Shaft ready to go. Blue Jays first 5 cashed. Nice job, Wallados. Yeah, I had the under. We broke that well nicely. There's Slats 45. Going back to the Braden Point train. Also on Celtics. Slats, thank you for keeping me in line, giving me wisdom there yesterday that allowed me to have a perfect day in NBA. All right. Let's get to work. Earl, DFS, giving a shout out to Miami and the Lakers. In all honesty, the Chef says, I don't know, but Blue Jays scored first yesterday, plus money, but thank you. That's our Mr. Gokster. That is our Mr. Gokster. Dylan Turner, Turnsy making some cash last night. There's my guy Juan Ruiz ready to go. Astute Chaos and Ron Crawford. Spreadsheet play heating up, by the way. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but spreadsheet play today heating up. He's on the Padres today. Tony Mang hitting the Harden over 30.5 prop. And Caliente Lobag Summit of Champions. What are the odds no one ends up in Tijuana jail? Someone's going to. We can't. Tijuana is too. We're going to lose somebody. We're not going to make it back into America with the same amount of people we went down to Tijuana with. Can't do that. We got to. It's one thing to party hard. It's another thing just to, come home to our families. Bama Bello says, bet on me. I'll take the over. Siakam over 20.5. He's got to score. Or says Dylan Turner. Okay. And first half under for Dutch Boy Fresh. Looking forward to break this down. Looking forward to break down this whole card. We're going to have Noli Knows jumping on at some point here. There's Big Franco in the house. Big Franco, thank you for joining us. Let's get after it right now. And we're coming off a nice day in baseball. 3 wins, 1 loss, plus 2.15 units. Dylan Turner, I did not play the Westbrook prop. I played no props. And if I had added props in, I would have. I don't know if I would have gone to the Westbrook. I was lukewarm to the Westbrook prop. It was the Bam prop I was interested in. There was some wisdom there. Paco says, have you ever been to Tijuana? Yes, I have. But we left before sundown. So it was a safe move. It's a safe move. So I haven't spent a night there. Tijuana. And Bleds W bought his first Blue Jay hat the other day. They're gorgeous Blue Jay hats out there right now. I would like to get a new one. Ken Mizrahi said, did you enter the circuit contest? I have not, Ken Mizrahi. I have not. I've not entered any NFL contest at this point. So, Bakili laughing at me. Yeah, we left before sundown. Hammered and happy, but yeah, it was right when the sun started setting. It was time for us to go. Okay, let's get to work. Here. We are going to start with Brewers, Tigers, 68 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, 8 miles per hour, sideways out to right. It's our lone afternoon game. And, when our man Noli Knows joins us, we'll break down what his looks are. If we get a little ahead of himself, that's fine. Matthew Boyd, Corbin, Burns. Boyd turning his season around possibly over the last 2 games. Let's see what we're talking about from a market perspective. Burns and the Brewers opened up at minus 145. There's been a 20-cent move at Bet365 to now minus 165. This total opened up at 8.5 and is now at 8. There's Coleon ready to get to work. I love it. Colv in the house. Joe Yerkovich said, I'm on the over Boyd strikeout prop 5.5. Brewers near the bottom and striking out, and Boyd in good form. I like that, Joe. Oh, and we have an article play of the day from Mr. Gokster under 4.5. First 5 under 4.5 and minus 115. Mr. Gokster said Tigers have a slew of injuries. Milwaukee not hitting lefties. By the way, Scope will be in the lineup. I know that he was also hit by a pitch and left the game. Black Rogue says rainy day in Detroit might be looking under 8. I don't know, Black Rogue. I really think these totals we have to get in on the night before. And Brewers versus lefties, 251, 797 OPS. Gave me a little bit of pause. But that half run is so crucial. Let's just see how long that half run lasted, shall we? Maybe if it just lasted for 5 minutes. Yeah, no, see that 8.5 was there for how long? That 8.5. That 8.5 was there until 8. It was there for 5.5 hours yesterday. And I know it's such a problem. It's so difficult when we're knee deep in our action, and yet we have to be diligent and look ahead at tomorrow's action to beat these numbers. Ken Mizrahi says, "Sorry, Jays fans, but Yankees are up today." Now, Black Rogue, I don't think it's a bad. I don't think the look to the under is wrong at all. I'm just saying that we have to really be. We have to get ahead of these moves because in the long run, as we know from guys like Jin Rummy, it will hurt us. All right, there's Big Ragu in the house as we don't have time to pause. Full steam ahead. And Big Ragu, our NCAA college football analyst here at Odds. Ulysses Hayes says, I'm riding Milwaukee money line today. Mr. Ghoster also leaning to the no-score first inning. And TJ taking a look at that prop and says that Boyd projects to 5.8, which is not a big enough edge for TJ to hammer away on. Okay, Matthew Januski coming with some great stats here. Brewers 341 WOBA against lefties, 112 weighted runs created. Brewers can hit lefties, guys. And I did it with a more simple statistical background than Matthew Januski, but thank you, Matthew. Those insights are very, very helpful. And yes, Matt, and also, by the way, my mic somehow turned off yesterday, and I had that tinny, echoey sound of using the computer mic. If you guys ever hear my sound going, shit, it shouldn't. It should always sound good with this mic. The mic wasn't on yesterday. I don't want that to happen today. Damon Santori says Scope, is available today. Scope is available today. And Mr. Ghost says, watch out for Hira hitting very well. 4 home runs in the last 7. We do have an opening lineup from Brandon Lugo. Thank you for that, Brandon. I'll leave that up for a second. And Ulysses Hayes says Milwaukee's rocked Boyd. There's a test for him today. I believe the Milwaukee bats will touch him today. Give me Milwaukee money line. That is from Ulysses Hayes. So we have 2 consecutive quality outings from Boyd. 1 earned run, 6 innings, first victory of the season against Minnesota on August 29th. And then he goes back again against the Twins on Friday. And it was 2 solo homers in the first inning. It was a 6-inning appearance in a 7-inning game. Corbin Burns has been very good. Held Pittsburgh 6 scoreless, 6 innings, struck out 10 on August 28th, and then an unearned run in 6 innings against Cleveland, 7 Ks on Friday. Mr. Gokter says Boyd at home is where he wins. Matthew Januski giving us more looks here. So clearly, the models are telling you that Brewers are going to get to Boyd. The eye test is telling people that, have you seen Boyd pitch the last 2 games? He looks very strong. Black Rogue says, I'm a Boyd believer. He's been better every start. Burns is on fire. I get it. So let's see if there is a 5-inning line available here, and it's at 4. And weather-wise, and we got Big Roo saying A's and Rays all day. Scope's going to be in the lineup. Oh, and then there's Matthew. Then after all that breakdown, that's why he's going to stay away, far, far away from this game. Mr. Goat said this is an under 5. That fence, it sounds like everyone's leaning 8. I really think that we will lose in the long run if we don't get ahead of these market moves. 8 should be a win for you guys, not a push if you're on the under. Jason Falk, first 5 under 4.5, minus 134 on FanDuel right now. Thank you, Jason. All right. And Mr. Goats are saying 4.5 was the play. Would hate to see 2-2 after game 5. And Joe Yurkovich back to his strikeout prop. 5 and 6 starts ago, he got torched. He still struck out 5 batters in 4 2/3. Since then, 6 or more Ks. And Michael Lee says Cleveland Indians relief pitching screwed the lead, which is a rare occurrence. You know it's going to happen a few times over the year. Rare occurrence. All right, Brewers, Tigers, afternoon. Paco Healy said, would you go out after dark in Costa Rica? Not alone, but yes. With others, many, many times, happily, confidently. I didn't go anywhere alone, even in the daytime, man. Okay. So I can understand 68 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, 8 miles per hour, sideways, out to right, somewhat offensive weather. Yeah, Burns, 2.35 ERA, 1.04 whip, 53 Ks and 38 in the third. Brewers, Tigers, I'm off, and I'm going to keep things tight. And Rich D says Brewers, Tigers under 8.5 is my look. That 8.5 is no longer available. If you wanted to buy the 8.5, minus 145 now at Bet365. So clearly, the model's saying under and Brewers. And Rich G got it last night. Nice job. James JD going with the +1 on the Tiger side. Dylan Turner cashed Miami live last night, +105. Miami live over 180.5. Lakers and both teams score 100. What beautiful. Tyrone Coleman said 7.5 now. Okay, I still got under 8 at minus 120. And if you want to just go into because it's the afternoon game, and I know everybody wants afternoon action. If you wanted the 7.5, wow. Crazy. Under 7.5 is minus 115, really? Holy. Wow. Should have said Black Rogue, take it away. And Black Rogue still got 8. Black Rogue, are you going to pull the trigger? Let me know because I will cheer for you. I will. Do that DJ Big Boss in the house. Man, do we miss DJ Big Boss. But odds, squad, followers, and fans, and friends get to see him handicapping college football like he did last night. There's my man, Gin Rummy, in the house. Gin Rummy, you helped. You helped very, very much yesterday for me, keeping me off a couple spots. Shaft says FanDuel has under 8 minus 112 currently best of my books. Nice job, Shaft. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, so let's move on. Next up, we have Royals, Indians. All right. And DJ Big Boss saying, check us out. Yeah. Jeffrey Murnane says, Heat was money. I truly, and I mean, I don't mean to, obviously when you're on a 21-4 run, you start acting like things are easy. But last night, I don't remember an easier spot. My man Nilo, he's like, man, are you worried about these Lakers in second quarter? And I was like, not at all. Look what the Rockets have to do to have a 2 and 3 and 4 point lead. They have to be their very best. So I was like, just not at all. All right. Jason Falk says, only worry is an under is Duffy. Only worry for the under is Duffy choking. But I'm not sure Cleveland has the sticks. Probably look at first 5 to leave the pens out. Duffy versus Carrasco, 76 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, 9 miles per hour in. Let's see what we are dealing with. Let's move over to the odds.com. Let's move over to the odds.com odds page and see what we are dealing with here. And football still at 9 for the big game tomorrow. I can't wait. And I just love that Texans money is coming in, making it more and more appealing to be on the other side. Here we go. Royals, the best number you can get for the Royals at Fox Bet plus 195. Fox Bet at plus 195 is the best number on the Royals. Rich G says Royals pen is trash. Bottom 5 in MLB. Matthew Januski says Carrasco has a control problem. Shane Schwader said had a bad day, Jimmy, but Westbrook hit. Nice job with the Westbrook call. He looked awesome. Junior Rami says, how come nobody talks WNBA here? There are a few cappers that do. And Big Roo says, bet that under 54. Bet that under 54 in the big football game tomorrow. Okay. And Mr. Go says, teams are seeing each other at a quick turnaround. And Paco Healy is interested to get in on the Circa buy-in. Interesting, Paco. Mr. Go said, I think the first 5 goes over here. Let's see what we are dealing with. First 5, Royals, Indians. This total is at 8. The first 5, Royals, Indians, is at 4. Juice to the under. Oh, yeah, Oaktown. We're going to be hammering NFL nonstop all year, my man. And we have live shows coming up. We will be going live in NFL. I will be a part of the Sunday morning shows and the Tuesday night shows moving forward. El Capo says, Jimmy, I told you Jay's the real deal. And Sixto, bro, man. Sixto looked awesome. Awesome. And DJ Big Boss going UAB plus the points here in college football. All right. Duffy Carrasco. Duffy 2-3, 4.83 ERA, 1.20 WHIP, 43 Ks in 41 innings, 15 walks, has allowed 8 home runs. Cookie Carrasco, tricky. He's tricky. We got Kyle DiGiorgio in the house. DiGiorgio, thank you for joining us, my man. And Black Rogue coming off successful seasons in college and NFL football. I love it, Black Rogue. Love capping with you. Okay. Royals versus righties, 232, 690 OPS. Indians versus lefties, 228, 642 OPS. Royals bullpen, 4.17 ERA, 1.47 WHIP. And Indians bullpen got touched for the first time in a long time yesterday. 2.87 ERA, 1.10 WHIP. And it was Whit Merrifield who got out of that 2 for 34 rut, 3-run home run for Whit. He's 9 for 21 with a homer and 5 RBIs in his career against Carrasco. The Royals were getting beaten up. They'd lost 7 straight. They were outscored 51-18. And Duffy coming off getting touched by the White Sox who hammer lefties. These Indians do not. It's going to be much easier to pitch against the Indians than it was against the White Sox. Indians versus lefties, 228, 642 OPS. Let's see what TJ is saying. Carrasco walking a career high. Wow. Look at that. XERA higher than the actual ERA. Duffy opposite. Leaning Royals first 5 here. Carrasco, though, let's talk about. Okay, well, let's finish off with Duffy. So Duffy gets touched, allows 6 runs, 7 hits over 6 innings against the White Sox. He's 3-12 with a 5.42 ERA in 22 appearances, 18 starts versus the Indians. He looked good against them on July 24th. He didn't last a long time. 2 runs, 3 hits on 4 in the third. Santana, 16 for 38 against Duffy. Then let's go to Carrasco. So Alex Ramirez started Spidey play today. First 5 minus 125. Jason Folk says Carrasco has only given up 1 run in his last 12 innings. Yes, he's been good. So he had a 2-hit performance, 6 scoreless, 2-1 win at St. Louis August 29th. And then on Friday, 1 run, 6 innings, no decision against Milwaukee. 3.86 ERA in 26 career appearances against the Royals. And Jose Ramirez could return to the lineup. He sat last night for the first time. And there we go. Joe Yurkovich helping clarify this look against lefties for the Indians. And it's better than the season-long numbers provide. Thank you, Joe. .306, .370 on base percentage, 5.11 runs in the last 10 games against lefties. There you go. Now, if you are going to back and CT Bays on the Royals, plus 170. If you do want these Indians, make sure that Jose Ramirez is in the lineup. That left thumb is an issue. So that's crucial. That is crucial. And if you are betting on the Royals, maybe you're betting that Ramirez won't be in the lineup. Mr. Gokster says over 4. The only concern is this wind. 9 miles per hour in. A 4 is not a lot of runs. And Whitfield feeling good about himself. Chris Smith on Cleveland first 5. Can you trust this Royals offense to help? Rich G says Royals first 5 or Indians full game would help. Gregory Wilson on the road, but still got to get this money. Drive safe, Gregory Wilson. Much love. El Capo says Cleveland is the play. And TJ, Royals first 5 plus a half, adding that play onto his card. Oh, wow. Look at that. Diehard MMA podcast. Look at my man Clint. 2-0 last night contender series, and then hit the Dodgers live plus 400. Feeling good today, says our man Clint. I love it. First 5 over 5. Do we not care about the wind here? So we see what Daily Baseball gives the wind. Let's just take a look at what RotoWire is saying about this wind. We do have confirmed lineups, and they were dropped on the show already for that Milwaukee Tiger spot. Over 4, just 4. Jason Larry saying no more Soler, nobody hitting above 260 except Franco. Oh, definitely, Coy. We are going to be beating up NFL. Joe Yerford says easy pass here, juice too high, both offenses inconsistent. Maybe that is perfectly put. But the over 4 is just minus 105. I wonder if Whit Merrifield and the Royals can feel good about themselves, maybe get some offense here. Is Carrasco pitching too well? And Scope is in the lineup. Thank you, Damon. Okay, I have some interest in the first 5 over 4. I mean, Duffy, especially with the numbers that Joe Yurkovich just dropped on us with, and I'll put them up again, how the Indians have looked. There's C-Mac ready to go. Robert Allen on Brewers minus a half first 5 in the early game. And where is that stats? The stats that our man Joe Yurkovich gave us. Here we go. Indians 306, 370 on base percentage, 5.1 runs last 10 games against lefties. But then you'd want Ramirez in the lineup. Ben Sports says Indians hit Duffy really good. Well, especially Santana. There's Trevino Sloan ready to work. Just 4 runs. Just 4 runs needed against a vulnerable Duffy. I mean, and again, I keep reiterating that this White Sox team dominates lefties. That's who Duffy was up against. And C-Max says Ramirez has to be in the lineup. Agree. That first 5 over 4 staring me in the eyes. Big Roots is always worried about the Cleveland bats so inconsistent. 4 runs. And Joe Yerger says you got to wait for the lineups when doing that bet. Maybe that's the best. Wait for lineups. No, I mean, make sure that Ramirez is in there. And that's what I'll do. Okay. Let's move on to Yankees, Blue Jays, Davy Garcia. You know, these young Yankees pitchers, they get a ton of pressure put on them. And people saying Davy Garcia is the next Pedro Martinez. That's not easy. JL says Jansen broke my heart. Sorry, JL. What a wild ride that game must have been for you guys. Jason Folk says, I'm staying on the first 5 under 5. Wonder what Noli thinks. Best of luck. And Michael Lee. Thank you, Michael Lee. And Noli is supposed to be joining us, so I don't know what's going on there. But 71 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, 8 miles per hour, out to right center. Davey Garcia versus Tanner Rourke. Tanner Rourke's velocity is down. It just looks so susceptible. But Davey Garcia being compared to Pedro might be a little much. Yankees versus righties, 240, 762 OPS. Blue Jays versus righties, 250, 777 OPS. Yankees bullpen has not looked very good lately, 4.58 ERA, 1.34 whip. And Chapman, when I was thinking about Chapman, or all this, I was thinking about what Darvish has done. Darvish, is in the lab nonstop, trying to work on a spin rate, trying to be a better pitcher, has 11 pitches, and is now coming into his own. And Aroldis, does he do the work, or does he just think you can throw 101 and everything will look after itself? Slats45 says Tellez out for Jays is a big loss. It certainly is. Discomfort in his right knee. Scheduled to have an MRI. Robert Allen says Tanner Rourke giving up home runs very often lately. Yankees could knock his stuff out of the park early and often today. Rich G says absolutely no chance. I'm betting on the Yankees right now, but no bet on the Jays here either. This is a pass game for me. Turner for sure, Turnsy, but I'm not. Look, I got off to a nice start in MLB, and now I've been struggling. So I don't think I'm your guy, because I want you to succeed. NBA, NHL, it's different. Jason, folks, I think things are going to change, Jason. Do you remember when these kids came up, they talked about it? It's not always an over park. And as it gets colder, I think we can take advantage of the market feeling like this is a straight over park. And then look at these lineups right now. Now it's 8 miles per hour to right center. It is warmer today than it was yesterday. JL, much love, man. Okay. Big Roo says leaning over first 5 for Braves Marlins. We're going to get there shortly. So it's interesting. Rich G says, I want nothing to do with the Yankees. He says, insane that the Yankees are still favorites in the biggest slump I've ever seen them have. Their offense isn't hitting. There's unrest in the clubhouse. One thing that did happen was these Yankees, Brian Cashman calls a team meeting before Tuesday's game. And usually team meetings galvanize the group. 1 run. They were held to 1 run. For the 3rd time in their past 4 games. James JD says, I'm taking the Jays. There's just no way that I could possibly take the Jays with Rourke on the mound. Just no way. And now you have Bo Bichette out of the lineup, Teoscar Hernandez out of the lineup, Rowdy Tellez out of the lineup. At what point do you say it's time to take the Yankees? Now, the Blue Jays bullpen's been very good this year. 3.21 ERA, 1.30 whip. So, sure, these Yankees could buckle. But at what point do you say Rourke is a bum? Rourke is a bum, and they're only giving you 20 cents on the first 5? How do you do that? How do you take Yankees minus a half first 5 when you're only getting 20 cents? Chris L likes the over 10 says Sanchez is due for his monthly homer. That sounds like a Yankees fan right there. Rose Miller says Yanks aren't hitting this. Picasso, the prophet, ready to go. Jason Lyra says, I'll consider Yanks when Stanton and Judge back. Until then, mediocre. I just, you're getting 20 cents on the minus a half is ridiculous. And Davey Garcia did not look quite as good in his last start. So, Major League debut against the Mets. Big, big, big game. 4 hits, 1 unearned run, strikes out 6, Yankees win. Then he comes back, allows 4 runs and 5 hits against the O's. And then look at Joe Yurkovich giving us some great stats here. Birdie saying Montoya has had a quick hook, so I'm staying away because I can't bet the Yankees. They're just not hitting. And Sage Lawrence says so much of this about riding momentum. Yankees, Dodgers suck lately. El Capo says I'm going Jays. Fading Yanks till the injuries come back. Greg Wilson says not touching the Yankees until the bullpen can get it together. And Bigger Goo wants Billy Martin back. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Dylan Turner. We love our guy, Anthony Mastronardi. Thank you for letting me know that. I'm going to copy and paste that, and I will reach out to Anthony. He's a great guy whom we love. Sorry to hear that. Thank you for letting us know, Turnsy. Okay, I'm going to copy and paste that right now. Thank you, Dylan. Jim Rami says Braves will bounce back. And on our Periscope, Marifer Osagura says, I like the under. No hitting from the Yankees and injuries from the Jays. I just can't do it with Tanner Roark. I can't do it. Look, we cashed on the under yesterday. There's Von Polo in the house. Great to see Von Polo. Hope you had a great weekend. Okay, Slot says such a stay away game. I just wish I could get a better line on the Yankees minus a half first 5. Tanner Roark looks awful. And that first 5 over is hard to do. Let's just see what the projected lineup is for these Blue Jays. Kevin Biggio, Grichuk, VR, Guerrero, Gurriel, Shaw, Panic, Jansen, Fisher. You can't take overs with that lineup. Yankees, LeMahieu, Voit, Hicks, Frazier, Torres, Tauchman, Sanchez, Gardner, Wade. All right. Rose says agreed to be stay away. Earl, DFS is fading Roark. I want to fade Roark. And look at that weak Jays lineup. That is a weak lineup. All right. Thank you, LT. I agree, Mega. I think it's Yankees here. But there's just too much juice. You'd think the Jays, I guess it's Roark getting no respect. Julius Williams on the Tigers money line. And Birdie says top 4 in that Jays lineup are hitting really well. Plus Panic's actually hitting very decently. Oh, yeah, Von Polo, full Preakness show, full day of action, getting all the guys together. Absolutely. That's the day before my birthday. We'll do it up. Have some fun. Okay, let's move on to White Sox Pirates. 85 Fahrenheit clear, 6 miles per hour in is the weather. We have Dane Dunning. So is it isn't it Dwayne or is it Dane? Dane. So Dunning, interesting. So we preemptively talked a little bit about Yu Darvish. So Yu Darvish leading swing and miss pitches on his 4-seam fastball. Second out of the starters. This is just out of the starters because he's actually 4th overall in the league if you include the relievers. Out of the starters, it's Dunning that's second. And El Capo says Queens played Saturday, fellas. I'll be betting that. CT Bay's going White Sox Pirates first 5 under. Oh, Von Polo saying me and my wife flat for Vegas on your birthday. Oh, man, that's in our future, Von Polo. I promise you that is in our future, but not this year. Because of the mayhem outside. Okay, 85 Fahrenheit clear, 6 miles per hour in. You have Dunning and Brubaker. Brubaker coming off his best start, first win. 1 earned run, 7 hits, 5 Ks, 5 innings, 6-2 win against the Cubs. And the Cubs are a tough lineup to face. These White Sox had won 4 straight and had been 22-5 when scoring first until Tuesday's loss. MMA Locker Room says Pirates squeezed the win out yesterday, not today, like the White Sox. Pirates are coming off 2 straight walk-offs. They feel good about themselves. They won 4 of their past 6, 10 out of 19. Remember, they started 4-17. Their bullpen is looking better, 4.54 ERA, 1.39 whip. And this bullpen's dealt with a lot of injuries. Let's see what we're dealing with from a market perspective here. White Sox, Pirates. We have a total of 9, slightly juiced to the under. Mr. Gog says Brubaker is not that good. And Jim Remy says, how about the Pirates at plus 155? Seems like a nice price. Chili Dog Dooley says, please do not fade the White Sox. And Dane Dunning. Dunning 18 Ks in 14 innings. Black Rogue says Brubaker is bad. All right. I would like to get on the board here. Still no moves for me. Still no moves for me at this point. Let's move on to Marlins Braves. My first thought was to take the under. Opened at 9.5, quickly went down to 9. And now it's at 8.5. So, oh, wow. O'Shea. What a great point by O'Shea. Roberto Clemente Day. Roberto Clemente Day. Will these Pirates step up? Ben Sports 24/7 saying Brubaker pitching better than Dunn. And Chris L. Man, is that guy a monster? I hear you. He is very, very, very strong. Michael Overland said to me, if you had to pick one thing right now to bet on as a future for the World Series, who would it be? One thing to bet on as a future for the World Series, who would it be? I don't know. It sucks saying this. I wish there was a sneaky. I guess you don't. The Dodgers at plus 325. I mean, they're the best team in the league. But where do you get the best value? I guess you leave the. I guess okay. Could you take? Do the A's have enough starting pitching to win the AL? Okay, I guess maybe a shot on the White Sox to win the AL at 7-1. O'Shea says Padres have the best value. I guess O'Shea's right. You take the Padres at 12-1, but I don't think the Padres have the pitching to win it all. I don't think the Padres have the pitching to win it. I think you would focus on the American League. If the Tampa Bay Rays are the best team in the American League, which they are, then that league is susceptible. You can beat the Rays. So I would focus on the American League. Big Roo says Friars. Okay, let's get back on track. Okay, Marlins, Braves. It's funny that it's already at 8.5 because it was at 9.5 for a little while, and even then I was not certain because we back Lopez at home. He's on the road here. He's a great pitcher at home. Tommy Malone looked great in his last start, but do you trust him? Do you really trust him? So he pitched 4 innings. That's all he's allowed to go. There's no way any manager would let Malone see a lineup a third time. But remember, we also cashed on unders against these lefties going up against the Marlins. Marlins 235, 678 OPS against lefties. Jin Remy says, yes, Braves are a good price. Yeah, I agree completely. Let's see what that price is. See what this price is right now. Minus 140 at Bet 365. Minus 130, excuse me. O'Shea saying Snicker, a horrible manager. I can do it. Lopez is a great pitcher at home. I mean, look at his last start at Tampa. 5 runs, 5 hits, 2 walks, 6 Ks. Jason Folk says Braves over currently first look. Viper says I'll take it if you do. Well, first off, if I took it, I would take it on the -1 line. I would give myself a plus line. There's no way I'd want to sit here with the Braves at -130. Ben Sports, that's not the case. In his last outing was September 4th. He pitched 4 innings, allowed 1 run against Washington doubleheader. And I remember the game very closely because I expected Washington to get after him. Sabino, my man, thank you for joining us. I think this is a spot where if you look at this 11.37 ERA against with Atlanta, 2.21 WHIP, that we are getting a nice spot here. I agree with Jin Rummy. Bled says, "Where's Nolia?" I don't know. He's supposed to be here. Okay. All right, my first play on the card: Braves -1. Looks like that, G-Sauce. I have not in any contest at this point. But, in all honesty, the more money I bet, the less I care about. I would like to be in the circa. I've just fallen a little behind setting things up. The big contest in Vegas, for sure. But Matt Randall says, on a normal day, I would take the Yankees today. I like RC on the mound, but they're playing too bad for me to bet on them today. You know what? I think Tanner Roark is that bad. There's Nilo ready to go. Okay, Braves -1. Jin Rummy backing it. Jin, I want the Yankees too. This Blue Jays lineup keeps getting weaker. And Tanner Roark is bad. I'm in. Yankees -1. Again, I'm taking on the -1 line. Richie says, I wouldn't bet on the Yankees with your money. I'm betting against my baseball team because we are decimated with injuries, just like the Yankees are. So that's almost even. I know the Yankees bats are more important maybe to them than the Jays bats that we've lost with the Jays. But I know we're not supposed to get in the way of streaks, but Tanner Roark is terrible. Yankees -1, Braves -1. I'm on the board. Dizzy Rossing says, public being burnt by Yankees lately. It's time to take them. I mean, Yankees first 5 has got to be the look. It's just I can't believe they're not giving us any value here on that -0.5, 20 cents. MMA says, take the Jays hat off, put Yankees hat on. I'll never wear Yankees hat. God, you got to think Roark is susceptible. You got to think if you like the Yankees, their first 5 is a better look than their full game. You have to. Tanner Roark is bad. I get it, Rich G. I hear you, Joe Yurkovich. Oh, man, I wonder if... I still love the Braves bullpen, though, Joe. JR, hey, my dad repped the Yankees. My dad's a Yankees fan. Look, and I got a chance to see a Yankees game with my dad against the Jays. It was magic. I just think Tanner Roark is so vulnerable. He's too vulnerable. That if there was ever an edge, what's the biggest edge on this baseball card? It's got to be Yankees first five. It has to be. It just has to be. There's Yellow Jesus here to bless our picks. And we're just scared to bet it because of how bad the Yankees have been. But look at the advantage on the mound. It's just not worth 20 cents. You're going to have to bite the juice if you want it. And I'm biting the juice. First five minus 135, full game minus 1. Not going to bite the juice on the full game. All right. Doubling up on the Yankees. Taking the Braves minus 1. Let's go. Orioles, Mets, Jorge Lopez versus Rick Porcello. See what we're dealing with. Orioles, Mets. Total is at 9.5. A couple of books have dropped it to 9. Orioles, Mets, first 5 here is at 5. Mets a minus 175 favorite on the first 5. Porcello at minus 185. I mean, that's just nuts. Oh, Big Ragu. Big Ragu, we have apartments opening up in Parkdale, buddy. Welcome to come on in, man. 78 Fahrenheit, overcast, 6 miles per hour, sideways out to left. And Ben Sports 24/7 and Rich G taking. And look, I get it. Taking Pablo Lopez on the road against Tommy Malone. I get it. CD basis, Mets should win, but this price is insane. And Maga says I wouldn't take Porcello at plus 185. Ulysses, though, he's comfortable with these Mets. So I'm sure this will be a parlay piece for Ulysses. 78 Fahrenheit, overcast, 6 miles per hour to left. Jorge Lopez, 5.59 ERA, 1.29 whip. Does not look good. 13 Ks, 7 walks, 19 and third. Porcello does not look good either. 5.54 ERA, 1.46 whip. Last Friday, Porcello looked better. 2 runs, 6 innings, 5 loss to the Phillies. He's 8-12, 4.77 ERA, and 23 career starts against the Orioles. Lopez earned the win last Friday. 3 unearned runs over 5 innings. Baltimore beat the Yankees. So the Orioles have won 4 straight, 6 of 8. They've outscored the Yankees and the Mets 28-7 over the last 4 games. There's Earl Preston in the house. Great to see you, Earl. All right. Orioles, Mets. I mean, this is an Orioles or no bet. Sideways out to left is the wind. This total's at 9.5. Do you think these bats keep hitting? And Gin Rummy, Mets under 9.5. So remember that Arrieta and Porcello under. It's very similar. You're absolutely right. Mets under 9.5 for our Gin Rummy. Wow. All right. Well, that's all I had to hear, Gin. Mag on the other side. Orioles and over. There's Dick Schnizzle coming off a giant day. Ohio's finest, Dick Schnizzle. Man, I can't wait to drive down to Cleveland and hang. I can't wait till we can drive across the border. Okay. I'm off that crazy, volatile Orioles Mets spot. Look at El Capo crushing. And Joe Yerkford says you go Orioles minus 1 for a bigger score. It does feel sort of like Porcello has his act together. And Matt Randall loving Gin Rummy's under. Matt Randall and Gin Rummy coming together on the under 9.5. Wow, Mets Orioles. Oh, Rich G says Cleveland's my neck of the woods. Love it, Rich G. Love it. I love Cleveland. SoCal resellers, Baltimore team total over 3.5 minus 135. That's been hitting consistently for them. And Spidey play today. Indians first 5 minus 125. Braves minus 125. Cubs minus 145. And Rangers plus 110 for Alex Ramirez. Okay, let's keep rolling. Look at D Nice. 7-0 day. Jeez, that's awesome. No, you can't thank me for that, man. That's you. That's you, my man. That's awesome. Respect. D Nice. Let's see. We got to hear D Nice's action. Okay, let's move on to Angels, Rangers. Julio Teheran going up against Kyle Cody. Kyle Cody, very small sample size in the show. 7 1/3, but he's looked good. Walked a lot of batters, but not getting hit. Roof closed in Texas. Angels versus righties, 255, 797 OPS. Rangers versus righties, 205, 632 OPS. They don't hit him. Teheran coming off his best start of the year. 2 runs, 3 hits, and 5 innings against the Padres September 2nd. See what the market is offering us here. The Angels open up at minus 115. They're now at minus 125. This was originally juiced to the under. It is now a pick 'em at 9.5. One unearned run in 7 1/3. That is all Kyle Cody has given up. And we just saw Spidey on the Rangers. C-Max saying Orioles, good value spot here. Again, don't know if I'll pull the trigger, though. And these are our El Capo's looks. CT Bays with a nice point, although I do feel like the Angels are going to put a run together. Rich G says Teheran is a fade, but too small sample size on Cody to bet this game. And Canascat liking the under at first glance. With the roof closed at 9.5. That makes sense. That makes sense with the roof closed. That Angels offense can attack early. Matt Randall says, I think they're already on that run. C-Max says, Angels bad road team pass. We know that these games keep going under with this roof closed. I guess maybe the issue is we want to stay away from the bullpen. Huh. 5.5. Are they going to get to 6 runs in this first? Teheran coming off his first good start. Kyle Cody, tricky enough. Wow. What about the under here? I think this under makes sense. Canascat thinking about the under here. It's just sleepy in that stadium. In the Buck Nasty says fade. I repeat, fade the Angels. And D Summers action coming in here. Mr. Ghost says 10-foot pole game. Why wouldn't they be able to keep it under? Or is Kyle Cody going to get a rude awakening here? 6 runs. 6 runs in 5 innings. John Connolly loving Texas first 5. I know Teheran's had a terrible season, TJ. But if you want to get right, you go up against this Rangers ball club. Joe Universe says Rangers lineup really sucks. If I would say this. I would say the only way to get over 5.5 runs, and maybe this is ridiculous, but is the Angels have to score 5 of them. No Repula Gaming. We're moving on to NBA very soon. I'm doing it. First 5, under 5.5. Angels, Rangers. All right, let's keep rolling along. Rockies, Padres, 82 Fahrenheit clear, 9 miles per hour, sideways in. Senzatella versus Zach Davies. Rockies versus righties, 248, 721 OPS. Padres hit them hard, 268, 848 OPS. Rockies bullpen, terrible, 6.95 ERA, 1.62 whip, terrible. Padres bullpen is improving slightly, 4.82 ERA, 1.36 whip. Padres have won 6 straight, 16 of 21. Will beat the Rockies in 4 straight. Davies hasn't allowed an earned run over his last 12 2/3. He hasn't allowed an earned run in 3 of his 6 starts, but he's already faced the Rockies twice this year. And in one of those starts, they hit him pretty hard. 7 runs, just 3 earned on 9 hits, 3 walks, 8 Ks. Senzatella has looked awesome against the Padres this year, but I don't want the Rockies ever. I don't want the Rockies ever. Let's go. We're on first 5. Let's move over to the full game. Minus 175 for the Padres. The total at 9. Ben Sports 24/7 says Senzatella kills the Padres. Not this year. 1 run on 11 hits, 9 strikeouts, and 13. Remember, Senzatella was so bad last year. He does seem different. Birdie says, betting with the books here. I'm taking the Rockies. C-Max says, can't take the Friars at this price. Okay, I agree. Rockies, Padres, I'm going to stay off. Bobby Tavares says, what's the taint play today? It's still being put together by Matt Randall. Let's talk Reds, Cubs. Man, they were so afraid of hanging a total on this game. And it comes out at 6.5. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. 12 miles in is the wind at Wrigley. Whew. Bauer versus Darvish, another meetup. Ulysses Hayes says Yanks money line is same play today. Really? Did I miss it? I thought he said that he would usually take it, but he didn't hear. Please let me know if I was wrong there. Reds versus righties. Oh no, he's Ulysses is guessing. Okay. Okay, yeah, Matt Randall says no. Okay, we're waiting. It's you can't force genius. Can't rush brilliance. Dylan Turner says Yankees not tank. Earl DFS says Cincinnati over 2.5 versus Darvish. Darvish 11 pitches. So that 4-seam fastball is a 44.7% swing and miss rate. Wow, his spin rate is way up. Unbelievable. Since that first start, remember the first start of the year, he allows 3 runs in 4 innings and a loss to Milwaukee. He's allowed 5 runs in 46 innings. 7 straight starts he's won. Friday against St. Louis, he goes 7 innings. Just a homer and K's 11. And we have a triple up on the Padres from Big Ragoo. Damn. Big Franco says first 5 under in the Cubs game. Was it under 3? 3.5, but a minus 130. Wow. That's just wild. All right, Bauer. They've already faced each other in that doubleheader earlier in the year. In that first time they met each other, Bauer allowed 2 Rizzo solo homers and 1 other run. So 3 runs and 5 1/3. Well, Loppy says, what about no runs in first 3 innings? I see the reason why the under is bet and why the books were so afraid to put it out is because there's not going to be home runs hit. But rinky-dink runs can come in. Bauer 4-1 with a 1.41 ERA and 5 career starts against the Cubs. This will just be a watch for me. I'll watch. Darvish pitching so well. And Bauer seems to be coming back to earth a little bit. Tommy Bolt says Cubs offense loves hitting on U-Day. You see them more confident and patient when he's on the mound. Cubs first 5 minus a half, minus 1.5 looks nice, even with Bauer out there. Rich G says with totals this low, you can get an over accidentally. Jason Lyra says just take no score. Jason, what's the juice on no score first inning? All right, we got to speed it up. With this is a small baseball card, and I'm sitting here humming and hawing over every game. Thank you for your help. The chat has been excellent, excellent. A Marky P. Bonish on the Reds and the Yankees. G-Saw says, so the over-under is so low, isn't the value on Reds plus 1.5? I don't think so. I mean, in their last start in the 7th-inning game, Bauer got touched up. Minus 140, says Mr. Goxa. Thank you. Okay. Big Franco says cheap runs can definitely come in. Big Franco betting at first 5 is a better chance to go under, or maybe no score in the first inning. Okay, let's keep rolling. We're going to go on to Astros, A's, Luis Garcia versus Jesus Luzardo, who at times looks spectacular. 66 Fahrenheit, clear, 9 miles per hour, out to right center. Astros versus lefties, 268, 822 OPS. A's versus righties, 232, 742 OPS. I did not, JT. Boyd's had 2 good starts in a row, but I'm not on the game. A's won 2 of their first 3 in this 5-game series. 4.5-game lead in the West. Oakland's taken 5 of 8 so far in the season series. Garcia made his MLB debut on Friday against the Angels. Out of the bullpen, looked good. 1 run, 1 hit over 4 1/3. And Bregman will be back in the lineup. Luzardo held Houston to 2 runs, 5 hits, and 5 2/3, 7-2 home win on August 9th. Now they've seen him once. That should help them. They've seen him twice, 1-0, 3.12 ERA, and 2 career starts against them. No, MMA locker room. It's not Tim Hortons coffee. I got this Vietnamese coffee that is delicious. Jay Seaton loving the Rangers and the Marlins today. All right, let's see what we are dealing with here. Although I do have a Tim Hortons very close. Dicey Tim Hortons. A's at minus 175. I'm not going to fade Luzardo, but if I was to fade Luzardo, or if I was to make a bet on this game, it would just be taking the Astros at this price. But I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to fade Luzardo. And then we have Dodgers. Mr. Gore says all Tims are dice games. No, man. Not when you're on the road, gigging across the country. But in the big cities they are. And probably in places like Belleville. Dodgers, Diamondbacks, 88 Fahrenheit, clear, 7 miles per hour, sideways. What a comeback for the Dodgers last night. I just can't believe it. It must be a nice feeling. I mean, obviously you have to pay for it, but to be down 5-1 and know you're still live in a game. Great live bet by our Clint, star of the Die Hard MMA podcast. What a live bet last night. Got Dodgers plus 400. How could that be? Joe Yurkovich says Astros scoring 7 runs a game against lefties. Yeah. That'd be the only move I would make. Jason Falk, much love, my man. Sabrina says 1 Dodgers Padres parlay yesterday, same play today. Not for me. Not for me. I'm not going to take these big favorites, but look, Kershaw looks awesome this year. Velocity up, 5-1, 1.50 ERA, 0.72 WHIP. He probably likes the idea that he doesn't have to pitch a 162-game season. Will Oppie says over 9 if they open the top like last night. I expect them to open it. It's only 88 Fahrenheit. It's going to be a real nice night. All right, Robert Allen is in for the football pool. There's a low bag fantasy football league. I will be paying out the winners. Marco Lou lives in the middle of 4 Tim Hortons in a 5-minute 10-minute drive. Gin Rummy on the over 9 here in this Dodgers Diamondbacks game. Let's just see if the roof, I'm sure it's open. Shouldn't be sure about anything, but all right, here we go. Diamondbacks roof is open. and open tomorrow. Matt Randall likes Dodgers minus 2.5 on the alt line. I hear you, Vibe. Just if you come to the one here in Parkdale, I mean, you have to. A lot of homeless guys out front. I mean, we know them all now after years of being in the neighborhood, but. Joe Yurkovich on the Astros, team total over 3.5 against Luzardo. I like it. So Dodgers, huge comeback. Let's go to Kershaw. 6 scoreless innings against Diamondbacks on September 3rd for his 5th win. The taint is in. I missed it. Oh, focus on your bets. Corey Simmons in the house. Gooch play of the day. How did I miss the taint? You got to give me the taint again. I need to. Oh, there it is. Oh, no. Also, like. Plus money taint. Give me that plus money taint. I missed it. Robert Allen, like in Joe's look there. No, I don't miss Starbucks, man. It's too expensive. It says you never miss a taint. Thank you, Clint. Thank you, Clint. Repula Gaming wants taint. Why wouldn't he? Kershaw, Clark 1-0, 2.96 ERA, 1.17 whip. He's looked good. 27 to third, 27 Ks. Too many walks. Top set, loving the Dodgers team total over. Dodgers 261, 850 OPS, first righties. D-backs, worse than the league against lefties. 215, 596 OPS. Paco Healy says, where's the homeless shelter play of the day from our man Goose? Sadly, it just didn't win enough. All right, there we go. Seattle money line, taint play of the day. Seattle money line is the taint play of the day. Red alert. Red alert. Taint play of the day is in. Big Franco says, how can I get in on the NFL pool? I believe they've drafted already. All I'm doing is paying out. Sorry, Big Franco. But if this is a success and people want to do it, we'll keep doing it. We'll do it year after year. Rich G says, Mariners red hot. I'd like to get into NBA where we've been dominating. But we still have the Mariners game to get to. Opponents are batting 243 against Clark. He's got 1-2, 5.06 ERA against the Dodgers in his career. Kershaw dominates these D-backs. Dodgers team total over. Roof open. Gorgeous night. Dodgers team total over is, what is the juice? 5.5 at -130. Oh, Nilo, that's a great idea. We're probably, I guess we could start Sunday. We might be too late putting that together, Nilo. We might have to wait till next year. That stuff takes a little bit of time and energy. It does. It's a great idea, though. We probably should have done that. Okay. Look, I've not been taking the Dodgers on these huge. Marco Lu, that's another possibility. You know, this is something that we should definitely do with odds, and we should definitely do that with our group. It'd be a lot of fun. We talk about it each show. All right. Much love, Black Rogue. Thank you for all your hard work. Okay. Kershaw, Clark. I don't want the over 5.5 -130. Although it's not that I don't think it'll hit. Then we have this Mariners plus line taint. Leo Leon says we need the Lecce play today. I hear you. Let's talk taint. Let's talk beautiful taint. Marjafichis plus 125 for the Mariners going against Tim Anderson. Why did I think it's Tyler Anderson? It's Tyler, isn't it? Am I tripping out here? Quickly here, sorry. Tyler Anderson. Yeah, why did I say Tim Anderson? That guy's been in the league in a long time. Tyler Anderson, 5.18 ERA, 1.45 WHIP, 3 consecutive starts against the Diamondbacks. Threw a 3-hitter in his first and then got lit up in his last 2. Bad numbers against the Mariners, small sample size. Marjapich just 1 for 1, 1.64 ERA, and 2 starts against the Giants last season when he was pitching for the Padres. He hasn't pitched since August 28th, which always makes me uncomfortable. Brandon Lugo says, Mariners horrendous against lefties. 192, 615 OPS. 192, 615 OPS. Giants smash lefties. 266, 840 OPS. But I can understand wanting to fade Tyler Anderson. Rich G, Mariners team total over 4.5 plus 120 is his look. That is the taint play of the day. Mariners and Marjapich. I think a couple things. I'm not going to go against taint ever. But the fact he hasn't pitched since August 28th makes me a little uncomfortable. And then the Giants, hitting lefty so hard, Mariners not. But look, one thing I've learned about taint is that it succeeds. It succeeds. That is our MLB card. So I am going to see if Jose Ramirez is in the lineup and maybe make a late play on the Royals Indians over, maybe. But I'm doubling up on the New York Yankees against the Jays. First 5, I'm going to eat the juice at minus 135. Full game, I'm not going to eat the juice. I'm going to take a minus 1. Then I'm on the Braves minus 1. And I'm on a first 5 under 5.5 in Angels Rangers. That's my action. That is my action today. And the taint play today, Mariners plus line. All right, there we go. Let's get into NBA, and our numbers continue to improve. Thank you for Slats getting me off a prop bet. Although, God, I don't know why I want to bet them so badly. I guess it's, I don't know. Slats helped me very much yesterday, keeping me off of the props. We are now 21-4 in our last 25 spreads and totals. I mean, that's just nuts. 21-4? Are you kidding me? And I don't remember an easier day in NBA in my life than betting the Heat and the Lakers. And even when they weren't, like in the first half of the games, when they weren't, ahead or even, comfortably or even first quarter for the Heat or whatever, I was still like arms up, legs crossed, just saying, look how easy this is to everybody around me. Now, I don't feel that way about today's game. Unless you're just going to bet the Celtics. And if you are going to bet the Celtics, then you should have taken the Celtics last night. I do not expect Serge to be in the lineup. There are 3.5s on the board now for the Celtics. Celtics destroyed the Raptors last game. Let's start with pace. Nice, Michael Irvine. I love it. Otto is for the Raps for the win and the under 4.5. From a pace perspective, we've spoken about how this first game of the series was at a very fast pace, 105 possessions a game. Since then, it's been at a snail's pace. That's the Raptors changing it. That fence says no surge, no shot. Dennis Garcia said everyone knew the under in the Lakers game would get there, just required a little patience from our Dennis Garcia. Wow, Coy Moore, that was gorgeous. 400 plus 400 prop. Rockets winning first half, Lakers winning full game. And D Summers, Boston minus 2.5. Nice catch there. Clippers, Denver over 220.5, and Denver plus 10. Plus 10. How much did the 10 cost, D? Dylan Turner says, call me crazy, but I think this goes over 210. Viper MB says, I'm on Larry over 20.5 points. We know he will fight to the death in an elimination game. And I'm not as bullish on the idea as Spenny, saying Serge is not a big part, laughing out loud. But I think we can make moves without Serge. And I have not thought since that the only game where Gasol was a complete mess was that first game with the Celtics speeding up the pace. So my idea is that if Gasol is in the lineup, the Celtics are going to speed up the pace. Shane Schwader says, did Jamal Murray finally go off on the Clippers? We're going to talk about that. But let's talk about this here. Dizzy Rothstein's on the Raptors first half, which I understand. Dennis Garcia is on Boston moneyline and the under. Oh, he's been on Boston moneyline and the under 8-2 thus far. Okay, that's it. Today, only the under 210. Okay, so Dutch Boy Fred says more Boucher. So this is how I see it. Serge can't play. And if Serge can play, they're going to run the ball crazy. The pace has been slowing because Nurse has been taking out Gasol. So now, if Gasol is in the lineup, the Celtics are going to run the ball down the Raptors' throat. If Nurse adjusts and goes small ball, then the Raptors are going to be on the run. So that tells me this game is going to go over the 210. And it's not because the Raptors want to play this way. It's because they have to play this way. Will Oppie says, Freddie, don't push the tempo. It's not about that. And the Raptors may try to slow down the tempo. It's that the Celtics will go back to what happened in game one. Johnny K says every game so far has been unders. It's all about pace. And there was 105 possessions a game in game one because the Celtics were dictating pace and trying to screw over Nurse and his plan. And it worked. Nurse had to stop playing Gasol for as much as he wanted to and move to Serge. Spenny Penny Bomb says, when people discredit the Raps, I keep putting money on this. When people keep discrediting the Raps, he says, keep putting money on the Celtics. I'll take better value on the Raps. I know being biased sometimes, but I watch this team more than any, and they never give up, always battle. Dutch Boy Fresh says Raptors offense just isn't that they don't have the shooters. Well, we saw Foster playing. Mark Rosado says Nick Nurse is getting out-coached, and I'm not going to sit here and say he isn't. But if they win Game 6, then I can. Obviously, this is a huge game. It's a huge game here, and there's no movement, surprisingly, on the total. I wonder why. I thought that maybe... Okay, no, there is movement. All right, it's now down to 209. Good. 209.5. All right. Shane Schwader says Siakam just needs to take over from what I'm seeing. He's not that guy. He's not that guy yet. Ado says even if the Raps play with fast space, they've been shooting very poorly this series. See, Canadian punter says, I don't think Nurse is being out-coached. Kemba is being a monster, just like Butler from Miami. So there's only one bet I would make on the side, and I don't think I'm going to. And that would be the Raptors on the money line, plus 140. I don't think I'm going to. But I tell you what I am going to do is take the over. And I'm not going to do it yet. I think this total could go down. Will Oppie says, don't do it, Bags, don't. Oh, I'm going to do it. But I want it to keep going down. And I know why I'm doing it. The Celtics are going to go back to the game one plan. And the only move Nurse can make is by taking Gasol out completely, moving Siakam to the 5, or deciding his poison between Boucher and Siakam. That's how I see it. Ulysses has plus 124 Raptors. It's plus 140 at Bet365. But I don't think I'm going to do that. I don't think I'm going to do the Raptors at plus 140. I don't need to do that. But I will take the over. But I'm not just going to go bet this as soon as the show's over. I'm going to stare at the line all day. Game doesn't start for 7 hours. And I'm with Dylan. With Surge out, it changes the game quite a bit. Brian Watson, what up, my man? All right, we're going for 22-4. We are going to be on the over. And I repeat, I want every last point I can get. Raptors Celtics over. Let's go. Dutch says Raptors lose this game. I'm not going to ride the wave to take the Celtics. Although, look. I can understand why you guys are taking the Celtics. And we try to not let our heart get involved. But the Celtics destroyed us. And I think the Raps come out firing. Spenny says they haven't gone over 207 once the entire. Now they're going to explode and not play defense. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. You don't need to explode to get over a 210. You just need to speed up the pace. And I expect that to happen. It's just that simple. I expect this pace that's been running at a 97.70 for the series. The Celtics in the playoffs have run at 96.83. Don't forget game one was at 105 possessions a game. Ulysses Hayes says your heart sounds like it's involved. And it is. It's involved. Look, I want the Raptors to win badly tonight. So I'm going to stay off his side. I'm being honest. But I have a pace expectation taking the over here. All right. D. Summers, I can give it to you right now. Here is Matt Randall's action. All in capitals, so you know he's confident. Here it is. Okay. All right, let's move on to Clippers Nuggets. Clippers Nuggets, see what we are dealing with here. Clippers Nuggets. Clippers are 8-point favorites. This total sitting at 220.5. Thank you, Jen. We'll see. It's going to be a fun game. Spenny, I think the Raptors need to take the lead early too, and I wouldn't be against the first quarter Raptors look. That being said, I don't think I'm going to take it. Shane Schwader says, does Jamal Murray finally go off against the Clippers, or is he just exhausted? 14 points on 5 of 17 shooting last out. Or there's another or. Are the Clippers guards too strong defensively? Hey, Ulysses Hayes, I remember that too. In the first year of the Knights. All right. In the 8 seeding games, the Clippers' pace was much slower than it was in the regular season. 100.32. In the playoffs, 101.11. In the series, it's 98.17. In the 8 seeding games, the Nuggets have the slowest pace of any team in the bubble at 97.5 possessions a game. In the playoffs, it's even slower at 94.42 possessions a game. Wow, Naima Blackman. Thank you. Very, very kind. Thank you for rolling with us. All right. Viper says back to the well on the over 220. Coy Moore says Murray getting locked up. I think that's probably what's happening. I think there's a mixture between being exhausted and very strong defensive guards for the Clippers. So far, Murray's shooting at 37.7%. He's 7 for 23 from 3, and it's Jokic who's been so spectacular. George stepped up. Kawhi was able to have a night off. Still went for 23, 14, and 6. George was 13 for 32 from the floor in the first 2 games of the series. Went 12 for 18 last night, 5 for 7 for 3. This spread is just, it's too big. It's just too big. You have to think that the Nuggets can cover 8 here with their backs against the wall and lose. You have to think that George is not capable of, or I should say not capable, that is unlikely to step up the way he did. 5 of 7 for 3. It just feels like 8 are too many points in this series. Dylan Turner on Denver first half. Ziggy says not big if they win by 9. Look, I get it. SoCal says George always steps up when nothing is on the line. Now, my problem here is that it was never. I don't know where CMAC got the 8.5. I don't know where the 8.5 is. Just feels like it's a spot for the Nuggets to cover here. Just feels like a spot for the Nuggets to cover. Shaft taking the Kawhi over 7.5 boards. Got 14 last game. It just feels like, okay, well, we didn't really get into the player props for the Raps game either, which, we probably should have talked about. It's just that Lowry at 20.5 points. I expect him to go over. Siakam at 20.5 points. So Siakam, Van Fleet, and Lowry all at 20.5 points. And there's just a ton on the line here, and they certainly all don't go over 20.5. Jaylen Brown on 20.5 points too. Let's just see what Kyle Lowry points, assists, and rebounds is. 34.5. My only play is going to be on the over there. With this Clips Nugs, it's very, very difficult to defend Jokic. His 23.5 point total is juiced to minus 150. I'll stay off that. Points, rebounds, and assists, Jokic is at 41.5. I expect Jamal Murray to step up to be better. Chinrami's already on the over 220. The pace is just a little too slow for me with the Nuggets. The shooting percentage, as we've seen in the bubble, are higher than normal because they're not traveling. Shane Schwader says, what's Murray's points? Murray's points are at 23.5, juice to the under. Wow, Prince of the City. Oh, God. Wow. That hurts, buddy. That hurts. All right. I am going to take the Nuggets +8. And I'm probably going to lock that in as soon as the show is over. I don't expect that to go up to 8.5. Okay, that's what's up. I'm on the over in Raptors Celtics, but I will wait. I'm on the Clippers Nuggets. I'm on the Nuggets +8. Cuban Connect on the Spicy Nuggets first quarter. Z's on the Nuggets money line. And you, Joe, big Joe. Raptors first quarter over 26.5. Wow, Jalen Ramsey. Okay. All right. That's NBA for you. Raptors Celtics over. But I'm going to wait. Read this market. And then Nuggets +8. Big Franco says, I'm going to buy some spicy nuggets after this show, Jimmy. Thank you, Big Franco, my man. All right, let's move on to NHL. We've been shy about action last little bit. I don't know if that's disappointment with the outcome of the Western Conference, but Leo Leon, Lightning money line, Vegas money line, Dodgers money line, Padres money line parlay for me. So the Islanders look like they may have lost Cal Clutterbuck. We're not sure about game 2. Hopefully he's ready. The Lightning are dominating right now. The Lightning have won 5 straight. They've outscored their opposition 25-9. Islanders are playing in the Eastern Conference Final for the first time in 30 years. They get beaten up badly 8-2. Oh, Sage, well, thank you for the kind words, but let's make it through another night. And Jason Fall says, I look at my stash and screams Nuggets. Coy Moore says this line could move. I've got no reason to make this bet early. There's our guy, Dutch Boy Fresh. Dutch, I'm going to connect with you right after the show, by the way. All right. Islanders, Lightning. So, Islanders, special teams, their penalty killing is being weak. They got to step up. This Lightning power play figured its way out without Stamkos. What do we know about the Islanders? Is that they have a great coach who gets them ready to play. They've been undervalued throughout the playoffs. The Lightning are very, very tough. We said weeks ago that Vasilevsky was the best goaltender left in the playoffs. And the Lightning are the best team left in the playoffs. But this Islanders team is fighting them. And they were just embarrassed. And Trotzy gets everything out of his boys. Does that mean you have the balls to take him full game? No. I don't have the balls to take him full game. But I have the balls to take them first period. And that's what I'm going to do here. The Islanders are going to show fight. Simply put, Islanders first period for me tonight in the National Hockey League. Let's see what we're getting. Islanders first period plus 135. That is good enough for me. Islanders first period plus 135. Viper says, I'll live bet Lightning if I'll score first. I don't know if you should, Vipe. 8-2 embarrassment for a Trotzy coach team that has a ton of depth. Ulysses says Vasquez will show up today. I get it. Diehard MMA says, do we look under on this one? The goaltending questions that are coming out of the Islanders camp are legitimate. Polo this, Polo that says plus 144 on FanDuel. It's a very fast series right now, and I don't know. I think I need to watch more. But before I'm comfortable. And I like watching this series. The series is going to be a lot of fun. I would be surprised if the Lightning just destroy this team. First period, I like it. This total at 5.5, heavily juiced to the under. No, I don't. C-Max says, think we see a better game tonight. Still don't know the Islanders can get it done. And Polo this, Polo that. Both teams to score in the first period. And let's pop up our guy, Spidey's plays of the day. And Jim Remy says, over 5, game 1 Bolts was a good price, but doesn't exist anymore. And Birdie says, if you ever had a rebound spot, it is this one. And I agree. Islanders first period at plus 135 for me. And I got to do whatever it takes to get in to finish the year in plus units in the NHL, where I have an average line of plus 120. So hitting at 46.5% is fine. 128 and 149, but down 1.78 units, ROI 0.64%. Got to fix that. Spenny Penny Bomb says Tampa Bay looks prime and ready for a sweep into the finals. I don't know what happened. I can't. I will find out though. I will find out what happened. Is does no have action out there? No. See, he's not anything in 16 hours. Okay, you scared me. Obviously, something's up. We'll get it figured out. Chase D's in the house. Sportsman of the Year says, if you moneyline Islanders, you might as well go with the over. Canascat says this is an asterisk year. Ulysses Hayes says Tampa Bay winning the Cup this year. It certainly feels that way. Certainly feels that way. All right. That's our show. Thank you guys so much for rolling with us. Birdie, though, says, I don't think New York Islanders can win games in this series 1-0-2-1. They need to score. I lean overs, but not in this one. No total play here for me from Birdie. And there's our guy, Pink Eye Genie in the house, whom we love dearly. I'm proud Babylonian. Okay, all right. Okay. All right, let's review our action. Another day with limited action. I like it. We went 5-1 yesterday. Let's have another 5-1 day today. Much love, Mr. Wisdom. Here we go. In MLB, we're doubling. Okay, we're going to wait and see if Ramirez is in the lineup. I have some interest in that first 5 over in Royals Indians. I want to keep an eye on weather out there too. That's not a definite bet. But Yankees first 5, I'm eating the juice at minus 135. Yankees full game on -1 line. Doubling up on the Yankees to stop their skid against my Jays. Braves -1. Back in Tommy Malone. I know I probably never said that out loud before. Angels Rangers first 5 under 5.5. And Joe Yurkovich just took the over 9 in San Francisco, Seattle. And the play of the day for Alex Ramirez. Spidey play of the day. Islanders plus 148. All right. In NBA, I'm on the over for Raptors Celtics and the Nuggets plus 8. I don't think I'm going to get better than plus 8. I think that goes down to 7.5. Jacob Fogarty says, are you going to be talking Chiefs football tomorrow? You're damn right. You're damn right we are, Jacob, and I'm excited to do it. You are very, very important, Slats. And thank you. Jason Falk, thank you. Shout out to the chat as well. Absolutely, Jason. What a great group they are. Nuggets plus 8. Robinson Alejo says, do not play the Yankees today. Trust me, they will lose. I will not, Robinson. In fact, I'm doubling. Not because you said it. I'm already doubling up there. Oh, Big Franco, my man. Let's do it. Let's have a giant week. We need one. Canascat says, I worry the Yanks can't hit lately. You know who helps that? Tanner Rourke. Robinson, I feel you, man. And something you're not supposed to do, get in the way of these streaks. I get it. Robert Allen, I love you too. Good luck in your football pool, my man. Then NHL, Islanders first period. I like this. I'm not reaching. I'm not betting too much. I like it. Big shout out to all the cappers in the chat. We've got nothing without you guys. Let's also see, do we have a Dennis Garcia article? Because, man, is he just as spectacular a thoroughbred capper as can be? Do we have one? Not yet. Okay. All right. Okay, I'll wait and see one. If we get one, I'll pop it out. Joe says, I think it was stood up today. Okay, Dennis says, don't think it's up yet. As soon as it is, I will tweet it out. Knascat says, no, it was brief. Love you, Ulysses, my man. SSS Duke says, what is your most confident pick today? Oh, and Robinson going big on Toronto today. I love it. That makes me very exciting. Oh, sorry. You're talking about the Blue Jays, not the Raptors. Sorry. No, I feel you, Robinson, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, you trust your gut, trust your instinct, trust your capping. That's what got you here. What's my most confident play? Well, I don't know if I have one. If I had to pick one, it would be the New York Yankees -1. But I think the first 5 has the biggest edge. I just won't give out a -135 as my play of the day. Stu Booth, thank you. If we can keep this run up, I'd be very, very happy. Okay, shout out to you guys. Leo Leon, Alex Ramirez, Spenny Penny Bombs, Robert Allen, Ron Crawford. Ron Crawford on the Raps plus 3.5. Robinson, Alejo, Brandon Lugo, Stu Boo, C-Mac, Viper, and B, Mark Rosado, SSS Duke, Knascat, Dennis Garcia, Ulysses Hayes, Ick Schnizzle, Joe Yurkovich, Ron Crawford, Jason Lowry, K. Paul VIP, Nate Schellhammer, Leo Leon, Joe Rich, Buzz Nuts, Prince of the City, Gin Rummy. Let's go. We had a great day yesterday. I want another great day today. I'm sleeping. And the only way I will continue to sleep and smile is with winners. Leche, hey, those bookmakers. Let's go. Let's eat.